Hi students, welcome back to the English class of class 8 of Basava Residential Girls School. I am Yashasvi, your English teacher. Continuing from the last class, we were studying the lesson by name, The Heavenly Parasol. We had completed till para 2. We'll be moving forward with the remaining paragraphs of the lesson. I'll be reading out each paragraph, and at the end of each paragraph I'll explain the same. So students, listen the video. Para 3. The couple moved forward to seek the king's blessings. As the king stepped down from his throne, the priest cried out in surprise, "Your Honor, the parasol of Varuna has cast its shadow over the prince." As we all saw in the last video that Meghavahana and the princess of Pragyotisha, Amrita Prabha, got married through Swayamvara, and as they moved forward, as they came forward to get the king's blessings, and meanwhile the king came down from his throne. He got up and he came down to give his blessings to the newlywed couple. But at this time, priest, who is priest? A religious person who performs religious rituals. He is known as priest. Priest can also be found in temples. So he cried out, he shouted in surprise that, your honor, meaning these words are used to address any supreme power, meaning the king. For example, king is, or in those days, king was addressed as your majesty, your honor. It means that they are showing him a token of respect. Okay, the parasol of Varuna has spread out its shadow over the prince. Prince meaning Meghavahana. Parasol, as I have explained it to you, it is a small umbrella, light umbrella, used to give shade from the sun. Moving on to para 4. It is true, exclaimed the king. My son, you are favored by the gods. Here the king is supporting the priest's words. He is telling that yes, it is true. And here, my son, these two words are being addressed to the son-in-law. Who is son-in-law? The prince Meghavahana. He is telling, he is exclaiming, meaning he is showing some kind of surprise in his words. My son, yes, you are supported by the gods. Yes, God's support and their blessings is always on you. He supported to the priest's words. Para 5. Meghavahana looked up in surprise, wondering at the meaning of these words. All at once, he saw by his side a beautiful, dazzling white parasol with exquisite decorations that was casting its shadow over him. During the conversation between the priest and the king, Meghavahana was surprised at what he was thinking. He was wondering at the meaning of these words. But he saw, all of a sudden he saw by his side, beside him, there was a very beautiful, dazzling white parasol. There was a very beautiful and very attractive white parasol, color white parasol with pleasing decorations, pleasing arrangements, which was really very beautiful to see, which was spreading out its shadow in the form of blessings over the prince Meghavahana. Para 6. This is the parasol of Varuna, the lord of the seas, explained the king. It casts its shadow on none else but a sovereign of the whole world. You are destined for glory and brilliance. In continuation with the king's conversation, he is telling that he is explaining Meghavahana that this particular thing which is beside Meghavahana is the parasol of Varuna. It is the umbrella of Lord Varuna. Varuna is the lord of seas. Later he explains that it doesn't spread out its shadow on everyone, but only with the person holding the highest power. Sovereign meaning a person holding the highest power. You are destined for glory and brilliance. He is telling the Meghavahana that yes, you are meant for success and your extraordinary ability. Para 7. Dazed by these portents and by his good fortune, Meghavahana brought his bride and the divine parasol back home. Dazed meaning shocked. It also means confused, surprised, bewildered. By these portents, portent meaning a sign or warning of an unpleasant future event. Here, the shadow of parasol of Varuna brings out two meanings. That means it has good fortune blessings as well as ill-fortuned blessings also. And Meghavahana, he had travelled all the way from Kashmir till Pragyotisha to participate in the Swayamvara and to marry Amrita Prabha. So after marriage, he brought back the bride as well as the divine parasol back home. Home meaning back to Kashmir. Para 8. Upon his return, the ministers of the Kashmir court sought him out and offered the throne to him. We are dissatisfied with our present ruler, they said. He has devoted himself to a life of prayer and the affairs of the kingdom lie neglected. The people suffer because of this. Your noble character and bravery are well known in these parts. Honor us and the land by accepting our offer. In this paragraph, we can see that the ministers of the Kashmir court have given him the throne of the king of Kashmir, and they are complaining against their present ruler that they are not at all happy, meaning they are unhappy with their present ruler because he is only devoting his whole life, the time of his whole life, only doing prayers, only offering religious prayers. So because of this act of him, the affairs of the kingdom, whatever he had to devote the time of his life towards the ruling of kingdom, he is neglecting. He is not at all caring for such affairs. So because of this, people are suffering. People are not being ruled properly. Meanwhile, they are praising Meghavahana that his noble character and bravery were well versed with the people of Kashmir. So they want him to raise to the throne and rule them, and so that they will be happy and the sufferings end there. Honor us and the land by accepting our offer. They are requesting that please accept the token of love from ministers and the citizens of that land. Please rule us. Please accept our offering. Para 9. Meghavahana became the king of Kashmir. Soon he proclaimed a law against the killing of living beings. It became his ambition to conquer other kingdoms to impose this law on them as well. So he accepted, Meghavahana accepted the offer of the ministers of the court, and he became the king of Kashmir. He raised himself to the throne of king. Soon he announced, proclaimed meaning announced, a law against the killing of living beings. Soon it became the aim of his life to conquer other kingdoms also, to acquire other kingdoms and impose this particular law against the killing of living beings in those lands also. Para 10. Once, while on an expedition near the sea, the king told his weary army to rest in the shade of some palm groves. I must use this time to plan a way to conquer the island of Lanka, he thought. It is the land of demons and needs to be taught the ways of peace. But how will I cross the great seas with my army? In para 10, here the king is out on expedition. Expedition meaning journey or voyage with a particular aim. He is on journey with his army. Meanwhile, when the army was very tired, he asked them to rest in some palm groves. Palm groves meaning a group of tropical trees. And he sat and he started thinking that he must use this time to plan. To plan what? To conquer, to acquire the island of Lanka. Today's present Sri Lanka was then called as Lanka. And he again thought that that particular land of Lanka is the land of demons. Demons meaning wicked people. And he thought that there was a necessity of teaching those people how to lead a life with peace. But he was worried that how could he cross with his huge army, because it is an island and they have to cross the huge waters on their way. Para 11. All of a sudden there was a cry in the air. It seemed to come from a wood by the shore, not far from where the royal horses were tethered. The cry came again and the king heard a plaintive call. Even under Meghavahana's rule, I have been slain. When he was thinking about all such things, his future plannings, all of a sudden there was a sound. There was a strange cry in the air. He heard it, but it was not very far from the place where the horses belonging to the palace, royal horses meaning the horses which were belonging to the king or the palace were tied. The voice was coming from very near. Again he heard the voice. Who heard? The king Meghavahana. He heard a plaintive call. Later, what was the call about? Even under Meghavahana's rule, even when Meghavahana is ruling that particular land, he has meaning the strange voice has been slain. Slain meaning killing someone violently. Para 12. In his agitation, the king did not wait to summon his officers, but ran towards the wood. Plunging through the undergrowth, he fought his way till he came to a clearing. There, before him, was a temple of Chandika, meaning Durga, with some sort of human sacrifice in progress on the steps. A man lay on the ground, his arms raised for mercy, and a menacing-looking barbarian stood over him, brandishing his sword. In para 12, here in his agitation meaning he was disturbed after hearing the strange voice for 2 times. But he did not wait to order his officers, summon meaning order. But he ran towards the wood meaning forest. He did not wait for giving orders to the officers, but he ran himself towards the forest. plunging through the undergrowth. He was making way for himself through the undergrowth. It was a dense forest. And he kept on moving. He fought until he came to a clear place. There was a surprise scene going on. He saw the temple of Chandika. Chandika meaning the other name for goddess Durga. There was some human sacrifice going on. He could see the scenario there. A man was lying on the ground and his hands were raised up for mercy. Mercy meaning, please forgive me. That was the thought, that was the scene all about. And the menacing looking barbarian means very terrified looking barbarian. Barbarian meaning primitive, coarse or cruel human being, was standing over that particular person who had raised his arms for mercy, brandishing his sword. Brandish meaning to display or to show. He was showing a very lethal sword, lethal weapon. We'll stop here. Students, we'll continue in the next class. Any doubt you have, please go through the video once, twice, thrice until you understand. Any doubts, yes, you can ask me. Thank you, students.